Good morning, or whatever time it happens to be where you're at, or when you're watching this. It is go time to plant some corn. It's April 30th. Had a little bit of rain yesterday, but I don't think it's going to be anything to keep me out of the field. So I'm going to do a few things this morning. Give a little time for that stickiness to burn off the top. And let's see, I do believe... Yes, I have a couple leftover bags of seed from last year in here. I haven't spun up the fan yet. Haven't put the seed discs on. I want to spin the fan up first, and that way if there's any mouse nests or anything, they can come flying out instead of getting stuck in the seed discs. Get these bags of seed out, take the lift locks off, put seed discs in, get going. I often get asked if I use a PTO pump or tractor hydraulics. I use tractor hydraulics. This is a closed center system. And, whoa, did I tighten that down? There we go. And I've got a Power Beyond setup. I don't run it through the remotes. And having a needle valve in here, I can control, basically I only open it up enough to send enough oil to run the fan. It only takes a couple of gallons a minute. It's not a high demand thing. And then this one here returns and whoop, goes right down in there. Returns into the case. It's hard to see. Dumps back into the reservoir. I used to have it coupled right onto there, and then I decided if the planter ever came unhooked, things would get ripped off. It doesn't make it easier if you reverse the couplers and put a male on the tractor, get everything hooked up right, but just pay attention, mark the hoses. Another thing you need to do if you're running off a closed center system like I'm doing, at least on a white, from what I'm seeing, the deers can be different. Consult your manual. But if you're running a PTO pump, you'll have a line going from here to here. That's your bypass. You want to take that off for a closed center tractor setup. Let's open this up. Blow out the... something's in there. Oh yeah, see the crap fall on the ground? Nice. Yeah, that's out of balance. Probably have to pull the cover off, and should have spun that up sooner. Let's go to zero. Hope whatever's in there falls out. Yeah, we can't live with that. Well, that's a bummer. I guess it can show you what it looks like in there. But anyways, hydraulic oil comes in from tractor. It's regulated by this. By sending only a couple gallons a minute, I still can adjust it here, but I ain't sending all my flow through here. You can also fine tune it a little better. Oil goes through the motor, goes through the cooler, goes back to the tractor. No problem. When you send it through a remote and still have this open, you're sending 100% of your tractor's oil through, and this is not designed for that. You end up blowing out hoses and crying. And, well, no one wants that. So what I'm going to do is lower this to the ground, pull that cooler off, and see what all is in the squirrel cage over there. Well, no squirrels in there. Just a buildup of dust and dirt on the fins. More on one side and the other, and let's see. And then it does that. There it goes. A little unbalanced. Now we'll just clean that up. Should take care of it. Yeah, I can see there's a lot more dirt on this bottom side. Some light tapping with a screwdriver broke it all pretty much free. It doesn't seem to want to, you know, find its, well, I say that. I think if you turn it fast enough, it builds a little hydraulic pressure. The motor turns into a pump. So if you hold it a second, it stays. But if you turn it fast, then it wants to go backwards because it builds a little pressure. I think that's gonna be much better. Let's put her back together and try it again. Okay, round two. This should shoot some dirt out from all that fell out of that fan. Oh yeah. Running much smoother without the clankety clank. Blow that one for a moment. It even smells mousy. I'm probably breathing in some disease right now. Now these are flats, said MF medium flats. They will work, not as good as rounds, but we'll make them work. As you can see, the seed is quite flat. It has a treatment on it to help prevent fungus and bugs from eating my seed before it can grow. Generally, they say you got about 10 days that it buys you. And then hopefully it's growing by then. Something's still gonna probably eat it. It's yummy. $8.80 gets fertilizer wagon duty. Handling it just fine. Even at an idle. Let's give it a little more. I am using MAP, monoammonium phosphate, yeah. 11-52-0, 11% nitrogen, 52% phosphorus, 0% potassium. Boy, this old cross auger, it's from our first 5100 that we had somewhere around 1980, 81. It was on our second 5100. I tried to sell it with the second one, and when I got this and didn't want it, so I'm like, well, I'll see if I can mount it on here. What the heck, it still works. But the rust holes are getting a little more duct tapey. Still does the job. Pretty simple. Once this gets up full, can't fall out, so it just keeps going on down to the next one, finds the holes, falls through, does the same thing, fills them up. Cleared off. I guess that's all I really need to clear off. I think we're ready to start planting some corn. We got our first thing going wrong already. Row rummer number 1 is not picking anything up. Let's go see what's going on. Well, I would say the sensor's working. I'm not seeing any seeds. Something tells me that mouse nest probably is blocking this hole or this tube off. Oh yeah. Nice. Well, let's get a stick. We'll poke it with a stick. Success. Seems a little high, but it usually takes more air pressure with flats. Let's try that for a few more minutes. Get rolling. All right. Be nothing on one until it starts picking up seed, and 2 dropped it because I disconnected its tube. That's looking better. Those populations are actually from last year. There's always a bit of a delay between what it shows and what it's actually planting. You know, 1980s technology, maybe late 80s, early 90s. First crooked row. We are going to turn around at this driveway. There's a driveway, it'd be to your left as you're watching. And that way the headlands, this is 107-day corn, which is a long maturity for my area. And I don't want the whole headlands to be the wettest corn. So we'll stop there at that driveway. Easy place to remember where I was at. Oh, let's see. Yeah, about 2.5 inches down. Trenches there. About 2 inches there. I guess it's more like 2 inches. Come on. Yeah, about just over 2 inches. So, putting her about where I want it. Come on. Yeah, right about 2. Ouch! Oh, right in the kneecap. Oh, that chain put my knee right on it. Yeah. No, just a skosh over 2 inches. I can live with that. Shouldn't have changed from last year, but things get worn. Knocked out of place. So I'm going to turn the air up just a little bit. It's not quite getting my population. Just a few skips here and there. We'll see how it goes. this wind's calming down. They're finally getting a chance to spray the wheat for weeds. It's been quite the spring for wind, it seems like. Darn critters digging holes. I also need to put some refrigerant in the air conditioning. Let me get turned around here. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, turn it up. The red light comes on, so short of a wire being unhooked, it's probably low on Freon. But I've got more. I think I'll do that tonight. Just about where I gotta fill up.